What Thug say to him? You say you got a pool. Everybody got a pool, nigga.
He said, yeah,
everybody got a pool, nigga.
Yeah, bro. Like rap is a competitive sport. Like, what he's supposed to be like? Nah, Kendrick could wash me. Like, when did it become not cool to stand up for yourself?
Right.
It's like if no matter what the controversy is, if you're standing up for yourself, apparently it's not cool anymore. I really don't understand that.
Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my God.
Hey.
Oh my God. I'm so high, it's like July. Say how you feel with the clothes you buy. So everybody think I'm rude when I walk by. I ain't like these niggas need to separate. No matter what you do, people still gonna hate. People still gonna hate.
Fellas, No Label the Pod, episode 22, I believe. Am I correct, David?
Dose.
22. How y'all boys feeling, man? Still in quarantine mode, week. Who knows?
we in a what's that, like purgatory? that middle place where we on purgatory.
I'm hoping this shit is almost over, man. I really am.
No, ain't no telling.
Yeah. How has it been affecting y'all though? Like, it's not anything to play with anymore.
I mean, yeah, like it's definitely,
man.
Bro. For me, I don't know. I hate to be that guy, but I feel like I've been socially like distancing myself, practicing that for a little bit.
For years.
I've been washing my hands since I was taught to.
Right.
As well as my eyes.
Right.
Stole my whole flow.
You come in from the grocery store, you don't go right in to eat. Like you wash your hands. You know what I mean? Like you do that regardless.
It's like for me, like I don't mind the social distance, but I just want to be able to travel and do shit.
Yeah, that's the only thing that's
like I normally stay in the house, but I like having the option to be able to do shit if I want to.
Right.
Yeah.
Like now that you're telling me I have to stay and I'm not feeling it.
Facts.
Don't tell me what to do, fam.
I was just showing him. Apparently on Complex retweeted. So, in Chicago, these kids was throwing a house party, and the feds raided it, and it was a whole group of niggas like throwing a house party.
What?
Yeah,
bro, it's people that's. Oh yeah, and to those people that was in my man's price count in his DMs, man, stop worrying about what we doing. Like we just previously said, we've been practicing social distancing. That's what we regularly do. Mm-hmm. We regularly wash our fucking hands. We regularly wash our ass. And if you're in his DMs and you smoke cigarettes, don't say nothing to me because you've been killing yourself for a while. All of us in here are good, so don't worry about what we doing. And to the people that have been supporting us, saying that they appreciate the content during the quarantine, shouts out to y'all too. We will keep putting the content out. We're gonna keep potting. Ain't nothing gonna stop us, bro.
They don't want to see us pod.
They don't want to see us pod.
They don't want to see us pod.
But yeah, I just had to get that off my chest. Yo, I'm gonna make sure Dion send this to y'all too. Even if y'all want to watch, go on Apple and Spotify and listen to it. Feel me? But what y'all boys been bumping this week? What's the vibes been, man?
It's been a lot, honestly.
This is a heavy week.
This is a heavy weekend. Yeah, actually week, because people were dropping stuff early in the week.
Mm-hmm. I mean...
I'm gonna read what's in my most recent shit I've been listening to. Alright, the new Uzi Sasuke, the new Juice WRLD, Righteous, the Scots single. I've been playing the fucking No Way Out, Puff Daddy and the Family. The West Side shit, and still Currency the Green Tape.
Facts.
That's clean. For me, it's been a lot of R&B, like heavy. I mean, I'm always listening to R&B. You already know, but
I already know the vibes,
right? But it's just been more like delving into older music that I love, that I have a love for, that I delve back into from different eras, like from this time, from the 90s, from the 80s, from all over. So I could like list everything, but it's too long. It's too long of a list, so I just keep it brief like that.
Yo, so when you listen to R&B, are you listening for like, because you are an R&B artist, do you listen for like inspiration? Or is it just like, I'm in the mood to listen to R&B?
For me, it's like, I already have that, like that love for it first. Mm-hmm. So I love to hear it off rip, no matter when, no matter what type of mood I'm in. But especially as of late, I've been going towards it for more inspo. And
so you've been going to like more classics and older stuff.
Yeah. I mean, I've delved back into it more because I've noticed like when I got older, I kind of shied away from it. Mm-hmm. Not a lot, but there's so much music that drops into today's world and it hits. We love it, you know what I mean? So it's like it's a part of our day to day, and you kind of like forget about the classics. You don't forget about them, but you know what I mean. You just don't. You don't go to them as much.
You don't have time to appreciate it.
Yeah, that too.
True. That's what the music. That's what the music now too is like. You like a project, but you can't really sit with it and take it all in all forms because you got to get on to the next project.
Right. And that's exactly how I feel, bruh. OD. What about you, Don?
I've been bumping the AI Youngboy, man.
38 Baby.
Because he dropped 38 Baby too, and then I've been going back and I listened to his older stuff too. So I've been listening to a lot of Youngboy this week. Like leading up to 38 Baby 2, I was listening to his older stuff. And then I was bumping that Kiss 5, K Camp finally dropped, man. Interscope finally let my boy drop.
Right,
definitely didn't disappoint. We could talk about that. Did y'all listen to it?
I was about to say I didn't know it. I didn't know it dropped.
Library, I ain't listened to
my
God! I listened to some of them. I know it's gonna be fire. That's
I didn't know it dropped.
All right, I'll just talk about it now since we're not gonna get a chance to.
Yeah.
Definitely his best project to me. And this just is off of 2 days of listening.
So long.
Yo, bro, you've been missing out. Because he's been dropping some shit for the past 2 years. Bro, because you know when I listen to albums, I'll download the album, but then I add each one to my library that I like, so I kind of know whenever I go back to it, bro. Every song on her, I added it to the library.
That's right.
Like, flawless, bro.
Damn.
In terms of, like, each song, I like each song. If I play this album, there will be no skips. I'm going to just be playing it.
That's
the only reason I'll be skipping is because I just want to hear another song more. It's not because I don't like that song.
That's dope.
Yeah, bro. I definitely... And he's continued on with the same vibe he's been on from... Because you said you liked the Ice Cold record that I put in the one playlist. Mm-hmm. Bro, the whole album is like that damn near. Yeah, man.
I didn't even know that I'm OD mad. Because I should have saw that.
Yeah, because we talked about it like a while ago when they weren't letting him release his project because his own Renegade Lottery song was blowing up and like blowing up on TikTok and everything, and they still weren't letting him release the project. This was the project I was talking about.
Well, good shit, K. Good shit,
I'm definitely happy about that. But now, what you been listening to?
Shit, I've been bumping that new T-Pain. T-Pain dropped a single with Chris Brown. I've been bumping that joint. Earl Sweatshirt dropped a single.
Really?
Yeah, Earl Sweatshirt. I was bumping that shit. It's always good to hear Earl.
Wow.
I play listening to the Scots, 38 Baby 2. I ain't listened to the whole thing yet, but it sound like classic NBA. You know what I'm saying? Fabio, he dropped the tape that I listened to that. That joint's cool. It's like it's his sound. You know what I'm saying? Like
how many tracks?
It's like 8 or 9.
Yeah, 8.
I like that.
Something in that range. Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah, I think it was like 20-some minutes, if that.
Mm-hmm. You rocked with it?
Yeah, I like a couple tracks on there. I only got to listen to it once though.
Okay.
So I didn't really really get to sit with it because all the tracks on there kind of like they're in the same.
Yeah,
they all kind of like Big Drip. Like that's his sound.
That's his. Yeah,
so like, all them joints bang.
Yeah, I'm like I rock with him like shit. That shit sound good. What else?
What's the track with Earl called? My bad, but
Whole World featuring a rapper named Maxo.
Okay, word.
Yeah, he's been featured on some of his stuff before, right?
I think so. It's familiar. It's familiar, but like.
Wait, Maxo Cream?
Not Maxo Cream. He's not a friend.
Oh, okay.
That's why I was like,
that was the first song I named.
Yeah, I was like,
Earl and Maxo Cream.
I was about to say
that was crazy.
Yeah.
Yo, back to the Fabio joint though. Yeah. He got a track with Meek on there. They didn't really care for it, man.
No,
I ain't gonna hold you. A lot of people like it, but I was. Because like with Fabio's energy and his sound, a Meek on that track, bro, you just expect him to take it to a whole nother level. Because that's kind of like his background. Mm-hmm. But I won't really. I mean, like I said, I only heard it once, but I don't really feel it, man.
Yeah, I just had to show appreciation for the dude because it's like I fuck with like I love that whole because it reminds me of I always think of him and I always think of Pop. Cause like very distinct sounds. You gonna make music that sound like this? I'm fucking with it. Like, yeah, just like, dude, that's your sound. Like, use it. Use it. That shit. What else? Today was TDE Appreciation Week.
Yeah.
So they been dropping.
Your boy Solo.
Yeah, he sparked off the week kind of crazy. I was like, yeah, that's what I need. That's what I need. All that. All the tracks that they dropped was pretty good. Like,
yeah, that Reason track was tough, bro.
Yeah.
Might not make it.
I didn't get to listen to any of them.
Yeah, I thought he dropped the album. I thought he was dropping the album. Just how he was kind of like presenting it.
Yeah.
Yo, he's definitely got something coming, bro.
Oh yeah.
All the singles he been dropping and feature placements he's been on, he definitely has something coming.
Definitely. I know he was talking to. I don't say he had an argument with like Top and like punching him, but like he was concerned about like, I know y'all go about dropping music a certain way, but I'm a newer artist. I'm buzzing. You can't just throw me on the shelf because like they do things in a very structured way, like one person at a time dropping. And he's just like, yo, I'm buzzing right now. You gotta let me drop. You can't make me wait in line with everybody else.
But then it's kind of like, if it ain't broke, don't fix it.
Right.
That's true too. So it's like that was their little. I know they had a little issue with that, but if he's still making good music, so shit. Like I say, run with momentum.
I think what they should do for him is he needs to get the Revenge of the Dreamers joint, that was a big placement, but he needs like either Kendrick need to release a single, SZA, somebody to where he's on the feature and he bodies it, to where people go back and listen to his old project, because his old project is still tough to me, and I don't think enough people have heard it.
You think he needs that lucrative name though to kind of
I think
push him up there?
Because I think when people listen to, because his singles don't really represent the type of artist he is. Like all of his singles are more like turn up, rapidy rap stuff. Like he can't rap, but he's more of like a storyteller. So on his album, he does a lot of storytelling. You really get to learn more about him, his upbringing. Like he hooped in college. A lot of his family was gangbangers, but he didn't take that route, shit like that. But you're not going to know that from his singles. His singles pay him to be a completely different artist to me. So I think they need to put more light on him so that people can listen to that old joint before he drop anything else in terms of projects.
Noted.
I think y'all know who Bishop Nehru is?
Yeah, I heard the name.
He dropped a single with MF Doom.
Didn't he do a whole?
He did a whole tape before. Yeah, I think he's gonna come out with another tape with him too. So it's always good to hear MF Doom.
That's so weird. That's so crazy because I went through like MF Doom's discography. That's really weird. I did not know he dropped new shit.
That shit tough. And I think the last new shit I've been listening to is Rat. She had a single out called Whip Out. That's something you just play.
That's your boy, Rat.
Wow, boy. He's fucking wild.
Crazy as hell.
Crazy, bro.
He makes a beat.
Y'all listen to that Juice track, the Juice WRLD track?
Yeah, Righteous. Yeah, Righteous.
Yeah, that joint hard, bro.
Yeah,
I like that a lot.
Bro, that man probably has so many songs unreleased.
Yeah,
because he would record like
it upsets me.
30, like he would probably do 30 songs a day.
Yeah, so it's his album's gonna be dropping.
He's
and like, go ahead.
He's gonna be like Pop. Every year we probably gonna get a Juice WRLD album. Hopefully, I'll be lit.
Yeah. Oh man.
Because that song Righteous is fire.
Yeah, definitely. Smino dropped a mixtape. It's not on streaming services though. It's on
SoundCloud.
Yeah, SoundCloud and on his website. That joint is fire though, bro.
Everybody was posting it.
You heard it?
I heard one time, but I can't like put my 2 cents on it because I only listened to it one time.
And I don't think it's gonna be on streaming services either.
Yeah.
What is the vibe like?
He was definitely in his rap bag a lot. Like it's Smino. Smino just a hella versatile artist. He gonna give you mad stuff on his project. So he basically just all the different sides of Smino. That's what's on his project.
That's the best way to describe it.
Like he got his melodic stuff. He rapped. He did his little baby voice on there. He got the auto tune. He sung like a little bit of everything.
He went off. In short, the man literally just went off.
Because he got a lot of freestyles on here. He got some on T-Pain too.
Cause all over my Twitter, man, ladies are loving it. So man, I gotta check it out.
But he got a freestyle on Roddy Ricch's The Box. He called the song Jamie Box.
That shit was low key hard.
Yeah. And then he went off of Baby Keem's Orange Soda. The song is called Black Soda.
Yeah, I got it.
That beat is so hard, anybody could go. Like,
He went off of Meg Thee Stallion Savage, called the song Cabbage. Right, he went crazy on this tape, bro. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna check that out. It's on SoundCloud?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it came out. He released it on the rant. Oh, he released it on 420. And Wiz dropped on 422.
I gotta listen to that Wiz. The Saga, right?
Yeah, the Saga.
Or Saga.
Listen to it, yeah.
Nah, because Wiz's last mixtape with Max B on the cover, that shit was my, like, when it came out, remember I was sending you them songs? That shit was my shit.
Yeah.
So Wiz been dropping some heat.
Damn, I don't think I got that.
Yeah.
Do y'all know who SOB RBE is?
I heard
Yeah,
no.
Yeah, they dropped. Well, two of the members, they dropped the project together. Then the other dude dropped an individual project same day. So it's kind of like they dropped.
Oh yeah.
That joint, like,
So it's 3 of them?
well, originally there was 4.
When he dropped?
Yeah, it was
The boy?
yeah, it was the boy, Young T.O., Slimmy B, and Lil G. Lil G, like, he had mad legal problems. He was always on probation and house arrest and all that. So when they got popping, because they had a song on the Black Panther soundtrack, just them with Kendrick on the hook, and that's how I found out about him. But him, like, when they got popping, we're doing interviews, touring and all that, he couldn't travel or anything because he was on house arrest or probation, or he had like some sort of restriction, so he wasn't really around. And lately, he hasn't been on any of the projects.
Damn.
That's unfortunate.
Yeah. But yeah, all of them, they're kind of doing like their Wu-Tang thing to where they're still a group, but they all each individually release their own projects too. And like 2 of them released a collab project.
That's dope.
Young T.O. and the boy, they released a collab. What's the name of it?
Bitch, I'm the boy.
You said the group name.
Demon and Mufasa. That's kind of like the alter egos they use. And then Slimmy B dropped the project Time to Shine, which is the 3rd member.
You said the name is Sobre. SOBRE.
SOBRBE.
Oh,
So
okay.
SOB with an X and then RBE. So SOB was originally the boy and Slimmy B, like they grew up together. So that was their little group. And then RBE was the other people. And then they just came together. Yeah. They're from the Bay.
Dope.
Yeah. I like them a lot. So I was definitely bumping that too.
Put that in the chat.
I got you. So what I want to talk about, first topic, is all these mixtapes that's been getting put on the streaming services now, man.
Yes.
Got my boy Hendrix, 56 Nights, Beast Mode, what's the other one?
Purple Rain.
Purple Rain.
Right.
Wale put Falorin on there.
Purple Rain might as well. They're like albums, then. They're album quality, so.
And this week, Trey Songz just put Anticipations 1 and 2, which is his R&B mixtape series. Yeah, now I picked up that phone.
Yeah.
It was some other joints too.
I mean, I don't know if this is just because I never added it to my music library, but Meek's Dream Chasers was his Dream Chasers
It's been
always on
back
there?
and like it'll be on there and they'll take it off. It'll be on there, they'll take it off.
Because I went like, I think it was like 2 days ago. I went to go check his profile and I saw it was there, so I added all 3.
Oh, they got all of them on there?
Yeah, they got all 3.
1, 2, and 3?
Yeah.
I just know he had 1 on there before and it was back and forth.
Yeah, no,
Oh.
that's
You're loving that.
Well, must be a good night for me.
Yeah, I saw that too, bro. I was like, I gotta add this.
Oh yeah, for a fact.
They need, when they get all of them, like from the Dat Piff days, like in Lil Wayne's mixtape.
Oh,
when
man.
Lil Wayne decides to put all his mixtapes,
He'll be the richest man. Like, bro, he'll already be.
Bruh, that shit is gonna be crazy. I was doing some searching, like, I seen Gucci Man got all his old mixtapes on there, bro.
Bro.
Really?
I think he got all. The only one I didn't. I think I even seen
Like, Will
the movie.
Chamberlain and all that shit?
Yes, bro.
Oh.
Like Will Chamberlain 1 through however many.
Oh.
Like,
That's wild.
yeah, bro. They hooked him up.
That's
Yeah, I
lit.
noticed that like a month ago or a couple weeks. He got the Bird Prince on there. Yeah, bro.
The movies, the series.
Yeah, damn.
Writings on the wall, all that.
They want them to have access. They want us to have access, man.
So what mixtapes are y'all looking forward to being on streaming services? Like, since it's becoming a thing, people are putting all their music on there.
Yeah.
Which ones are y'all like, I can't wait to this joint get
I'm
on
looking
Apple,
forward to probably just-
Spotify?
Wayne, probably just.
say-
Wayne's entire like.
Well, no, Dedication 2 is already on there, right?
What? No way.
Or maybe it's just in my library and it just shows me that. 'Cause
I know they have The Leak is on there. That's all I know of from his
Yeah,
mixtapes.
I don't think it's like you probably already had it
Yeah.
on
I'm about to
yours.
say,
Yeah.
But then probably that one. Dedication 2.
definitely.
Mm-hmm.
Dedication.
What else would y'all say?
I was saying.
Outside of Wayne, I want to see why they get the rest of his joints up there. Like
Mixtape About Nothing.
Mm-hmm.
That joint. Oh yeah. Without the breakup song and all that.
That's a classic.
Yeah, that is a classic.
Mixtape, bro.
That For Lauren mixtape is retarded. I remember when that dropped. We were, I think,
we was young
junior
boys.
year. It was junior year. Bro, I was playing that mixtape religiously.
Was it junior year?
Yeah, 2012.
Yeah, it was.
2012.
I was playing the Mixtape About Nothing religiously on the bus ride and J. Cole shits.
What's the one after the Mixtape About Nothing? I can't remember the name. It has the blue cover. More About Nothing.
More About Nothing.
I played that one a lot.
More About Nothing was my shit.
More About Nothing and For Lauren's probably my two favorite Wale mixtapes, definitely. What else?
I want to see J. Cole's
Friday Night Lights.
Yeah. Warm up.
Oh
That's
my
my
God.
favorite.
He put the Truly Yours series. The series is on there too. That whole series.
Yeah.
Any Given Sundays.
Jeez.
Come on, Cole.
Bro, Friday Night Lights though might be like it's definitely in my top 5 for mixtapes for sure. Like no question.
No, top 3 for me.
Drake needs to put out Comeback Season.
Oh yeah.
I never listened to it.
That's my favorite Drake tape.
Yeah, me either.
It's on
I heard
Audio
some
Mac.
songs.
Yeah, that's my favorite Drake tape.
I'm definitely looking forward to the Soul Tapes.
Mm-hmm.
If I put the Soul Tapes on there, I don't think so. I haven't seen them on there, but if I put the Soul Tapes, he has There Is No Competition on there, like some of the songs. It's not all of them though.
Yeah, not the Soul Tapes though. It's only on like
definitely need the Soul Tapes on there.
Yeah.
I will look forward to Ty Dolla $ign's Sign Language being on there.
Isn't that one of your favorite projects?
Hell yeah.
That's tough.
Shout out to my guy Cool Boy. He put me on.
What? You know, I want to hear Tyga's. I want to say Rack City. Was that Rack City?
No, Tyga got some.
Well Done
say
series.
he got some.
Yeah,
The Well Done. Yeah, that's when Tyga was that
Tyga
boy.
was nice.
Yeah.
On that Well Done series, bro.
Yeah, bro. That's when he made
So like,
his
what do you
name.
think happened?
That
Like,
snapback era.
Yo.
But like, what do you think happened? Like, I used to really rock with Tyga back then.
I just thought he was corny. Like more stuff kept coming out about him.
I think
like,
it was after Kylie, like niggas was just looking at him different.
But I think they was kind of he was falling off before that. Well, mind you, he's back on now. Like he's making hits now.
Make money regardless.
Yeah, he's making hits. He's back to making hits now.
Yeah.
He kind of found his lane. But I think
it was because he was trying to be like he was trying to run with a little bit of a gangster type vibe, and everybody was just like. They got videos of him, his parents being super rich in Cali. Like, it was just like, fam, you hang out with nothing but white people. Like, it was just like,
Cut this act.
Yeah, relax,
Cut
bro.
it out.
cut the shit, buddy.
We like you. We like you, bro. Just like be yourself, bro.
Right, like
He fell off, and then he came back and was crazy.
because now he's being himself, right?
Like Don said,
he's
he
not
found
making
his
hood
lane.
shit, really.
He making them strip club anthems.
Yeah.
He's making strip club anthems in California, living in the hills.
That's what he's been about.
Because that's what he's doing.
Facts.
He's eating.
Yeah, y'all remember he had that show on was it MTV2?
I never watched it.
I did.
Was it lit?
Yeah, it was cool. I liked it.
Yeah, I never saw that.
Because it came on it came on either right before or right after Mac's show. Because remember Mac had a show too. Mac Miller, R.I.P.
They should put Mac shows on Apple Music.
The shows?
Yeah. Or on some type of streaming service, Netflix or something. Like.
Faces? Mac Miller Faces?
yeah.
If they put that on streaming, bro? Oh
Jeez.
my gosh.
That took me back real quick, bro.
Faces, bro.
Faces was a moment.
Damn.
Bro, it's so good, but I feel like when I would hear it now, I'd look at it different. Because he was fucking, that was when he was like the most on his drugs.
Yeah, true.
Every song was about coke bars. But like, it was fire, you know what I mean? But it's like, damn, like.
When you listen to that Juice track, it's kind of the same thing too.
Really?
You can hear it heavy in there. It's kind of like, it's real eerie listening to it.
Yeah.
But it's fire. So
That's why I was
still
saying
bumping it.
It makes me like hearing that track, bro, gets me tight, bro. Cause I'm like, yo, this man, he was a baby with it. You know what I mean? Like, man was mad young, bro. Like, we got 4 years on him, 3 years on him. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like he didn't even touch our age yet. Like that's sick to think about.
People be forgetting, bro. Tupac died when he was 25.
Yo, that blow. Yo.
Yeah.
What was Biggie? Like 24?
Biggie was 24.
That blows my mind.
Because you would always assume that they were way older.
Yeah, bro. It's not about the hits and all that shit, bro. It's like when you being authentic and you really like being yourself, that shit it hit different.
Yeah.
Like people still talk about Pop legacy still going to this day. Like
25.
Both of them.
guy when he was 25 had bad movies, was working his ass off.
Bro, all that knowledge he had.
Working his ass off.
And he
Just
really
his view on the world, having that view like that at 25.
Right. Especially at that time, for a black man at that time to have that type of mentality was.
You ever watch an interview when he was like, I want to say he was like 14 or 14.
Yeah, when he was like in that art school and shit.
Yeah, bro, hearing him talk even then was like, damn, like, you was just thinking different. Like, he was really like just an impactful dude. Like, there's a reason why people uphold him. Like
bro, you believe, like, even if you don't necessarily agree with what he's saying in the interviews, you believe that he believes that. Like, when you see it in his eyes, bro, like the intensity when he's talking, I don't know, that shit is just,
it's coming from a genuine feeling, it's coming from a genuine spot. Like, he means what he said. Like, what he's saying, it's actually who he is.
Yeah.
It's no faking that out or trying to just that's who he is.
And you can't hide behind numbers when it comes to shit like that, bro.
Yeah.
Like, they didn't have every album didn't go platinum, but people felt him. That's the same thing
today. They still feel him.
Yeah.
Same shit with Nipsey. Like, it was like it just ties in because like with me and my boy Kari, we passed out. He had an organization called Candles in the Sun. We passed out gloves and face masks like at different schools and
I seen that. Shout out to Kari.
Yeah, in downtown. The impact was just felt like you could feel people was genuinely happy. Like, yeah, we could have went to a hospital, just gave 1,000. Oh, y'all can't get masks, huh? And just gave it to one place, and it's like, okay, cool.
Yeah.
But like, no, we went to specific spots.
Yeah, y'all was touching the people.
Need them.
Yeah.
Like homeless people, like people not giving them stuff. People not
right.
And it's like really like making an impact, and they felt that, and like. People was recording videos of us doing it, and it was like it was going up because it's like people really felt it was coming from a genuine place, and that shit it makes a difference. It makes a huge difference.
OD.
Yeah, because he did some Thanksgiving stuff like around the holidays, some Christmas stuff. He had like a sports camp or a football camp over the summer too. So yeah, he definitely been trying to touch the people and
shout out to Candles in the Sun.
Yeah, be an inspiration to the youngins out here.
Facts.
Save your neighborhood, man.
Facts.
Hashtag that.
Facts, yo.
So any artists who like y'all wanna last that long? Like Pop died in 97? Like 96?
Yeah.
Like, bro, you wanna last that long? You want people to remember your name, bro? Make an impact, bro. Like really touch people. Like you don't gotta do this song that you know is gonna get 1,000 likes because you name drop Kanye and all these other people. Like nah, bro.
Right.
Like really care about your shit
and stand for something.
Right.
Yeah.
Whatever you stand for, try to figure that out. Put it into your music, man. Literally, put all of you into whatever you're trying to do. Because, like Nelson said, it'll hit different. Instead of trying to find a way to say something that's a lit statement or, like he said, name dropping.
Because trendy don't last.
Yeah. It'll be
because it's always a new trend.
Right. It'll just go.
Only one pot.
All right.
Well, technically it's 2 pot.
Get it? 2 pops. So, what y'all boys gonna talk about, man?
How do y'all feel about, like, I heard this dude talking, and he was talking about how important, like, marketing, branding is in hip hop right now, music in general.
Yeah.
Like, he was talking about how when everything got shifted, kind of like that marketing, it's like, it really don't matter if you can rap, it's like if you can market it. He was talking about how that, it kills creativity, and how it's like people who are creative, they don't feel like they won't get supported because it's not quote unquote marketable, because it's not seen or analytics and shit like that. I was just curious, like, what's y'all take on that? Like, I think like being marketable can kill creativity.
Well, I know for me, like, You 100%. Like for me, like when I'm feeling creative, I don't want to market myself. You know what I mean? Like it's not something I really focus on, or I've never really had that mind to do it. And it's a whole job. You know what I mean? Like social media is just like. That's very true because most creative people aren't gonna be the main ones. You know what I mean? I mean, unless you're Steve Jobs or some shit like that.
Right.
But most people are either, you know what I mean, more on the creative side or more on the analytics. You know what I mean, and numbers. Right. So that's it. Yeah.
Facts.
Yeah,
100%.
I'm just like, cause I don't like create music, so it's like I wouldn't want to have to think about like, okay, when I'm writing this, is this gonna sell?
Yeah, I think you should just organically just create and say what you feel, make the music however you want, and feel whatever emotion you're going through at the time, and then worry about the marketing and all that after the fact.
Yeah, because this is what happens with me.
Like market around the music, or market around what you already created. Don't go in there creating thinking how you're gonna market and brand and do all that shit.
That shit is slimy. It's like
you're gonna go crazy. You're gonna go crazy.
You're not being real. Like you're not.
Yeah, if you going organically and say you might happen to say a line that you came up with, not thinking about marketing or anything, but you know, like at a show, they gonna go up like at a show for this. So I'm gonna make sure I put emphasis on this line. That's different than going in and purposely saying something so people can. Right. If it happens naturally, if it comes, it comes.
Facts.
People out here trying to make TikTok songs or songs for the songs for the club.
But yeah, like Nelson was saying, like that's kind of. Because it's two different. No, I think Dion said it's two different sides of the street. It's like you got the creative people and you got the analytical and business minded people. And some people, they are in the middle. Some people can wear multiple hats. Yeah. But like when you're just a strictly creative like that, that's when you really gotta have a team that you trust. Because like people who are just naturally creative and only about the creative side, they get taken advantage of a lot too. Yeah. Because they're not thinking about the business. They are all about the art. That's what they love. Yeah, because they're doing what they love to do.
That's crazy. And you're wearing a purple do-rag. This one makes me bring this up. But last night, my mom was watching this Prince tribute. You know, there was tribute in Prince, and I was just thinking, like, they said his first 5 albums on the label, he's played all instruments on all songs, produced all songs. So he was strictly creative, you know what I mean? And as we learned later on, he was getting raped financially, you know what I mean? So it's just crazy, bro. Like Purple Rain, 1990, all those albums came from that label, and they was like, yep, he's a creative genius, but we're gonna own all that shit.
That's how they go.
Bro, and they know that he's not even thinking about that side because he's just in the studio 24/7.
They try to take advantage of that shit.
Yeah, bro, that shit is slimy.
Super slimy.
That's why it's important to have like people who manage you. Like a lot of people, you gonna see their family members be coming in, but like they try to keep the same people they had coming in again. Yeah, that shit can get nasty.
Yeah, like when it comes to the artists, they need to have a team that's all bought in on their vision. Because in that way, they know, like, say we got us 4 in the room. We're just going to say Nelson's the artist and shout out to our artist. Nelson's the artist. He's a rapper. Like we know Nelson's going to need a manager. So somebody's going to have to be the manager. We know he's going to need a lawyer. So, all right, Dion, you're going to go to law school, you know? Shit like that. So, that's kind of what Drake and OVO did.
Yeah. LeBron did that?
Yep, LeBron did it. Put his people in place. He like, yo, Mav, we gonna need you to do this. What Mav go to school for? Exactly what they doing now. So that's how LeBron actually did it the best, man.
LSC.
He's like the blueprint for that shit. Because a lot of people tried to put their friends in place in all types of industries and like try and come up with your people, and it doesn't work.
But not even just that. LeBron is literally, think about how long LeBron's been famous. We never heard of this nigga. No scandal. No, you never seen him drinking and drunk. Nothing, bro.
Seriously.
And he was like 12. And he's been the poster child of basketball since 17. Bro.
Crazy. Discipline that takes, though.
Yeah.
That his discipline is on a completely different level. Or he's running with the mob and they can just hide all evidence at all times and never something happens.
True. Because, bro, he was on magazines and in magazines and shit at 12. Yeah. Like,
not 12.
Young boy.
Not 12.
Yeah, bro. No, he talked about it on, it was
magazines?
The Shots.
Talking about when he was on the cover of Sports Illustrated?
Yeah, that, and then there was...
I said that wasn't until...
He was at least 14.
Yeah, I'm about to say that wasn't until high school.
Well, I remember I was watching The Shop, and he had mentioned, like, he was very, very young, like, before he was 16 type thing, that he was in that light. already.
That's
If you ever seen his More Than a Game documentary?
No.
You never
saw that?
No.
More Than a Game
With him
bro?
and his high school teammates?
Yes, you have.
Oh, yeah.
So like he was in the spot.
I thought it was like a new one.
So he was in the spotlight like prior to high school, I would say. So yeah, like 12.
That AAU team.
Yeah, because the AAU team. But I thought you were talking about the magazine where he was on the cover and all.
No, not that.
Where it
like,
said the chosen one.
No, he was getting like a lot of public eye though that early.
Yeah.
Like that's crazy, bro. That alone is already
What's
tough.
the name used to get publicity like the Marbury? His documentary, Kid from Coney Island.
I need to watch that.
Sebastian Telfair. Remember you ever see him?
Oh,
His
shit.
dog?
Yeah.
I used to thought he was about to be in that boy.
Bro, I thought he was going.
Bro,
I thought he was the second AI, bro.
Yo,
second
but
coming.
He was crazy though.
He was.
He was nice.
Yeah,
He was more street though. He was more street.
Yeah, like in high school, he was nice.
Oh yeah, that's what I mean.
But listen, he was under 6 feet. He was like 5'10", going from high school to the league. That's nobody has ever came from high school under 6 feet coming from high school to the league ever, bro.
Yeah, that's tough.
So
that's a fact.
That's tough.
Nah.
Yes.
How
Bro,
tall
that's
is
a
Lou
fact.
Will?
Who?
6.
Lou Will.
Lou Will's definitely
Lou
over
Will's
6
6
feet. Yeah.
Barely, right?
He might be like 6'2", for real.
Yeah, because he's a shooting guard, bro.
And what does that mean? AI was a shooting guard. He's like 5'11".
He's shorter than that. I seen him in the mall.
All right, so you proving my point even more.
But Lou Will not.
Lou Will is over 6 feet. I know that.
6 feet, bro.
Yeah. All right.
But like the Kid from Coney Island doc, bro. Watch that. Like it's because like he was so.
I gotta watch that.
He was so. He was
What is
street.
it?
Like he
What
was
did you watch it on?
Amazon Prime.
Look up
It's like Amazon Prime. You gotta pay. You probably gotta pay like $5.
I literally just. I still got Amazon Prime.
Yo, it's definitely worth it, and it's like it gives you a good timetable of just like what was going on and just how he was impacted with everything. My man got statues in China and all that shit now.
Yeah, man, he's a legend.
Is that with or without shoes though, Dave? So for the listeners, David just showed me his phone. It says Lou Will 6'1".
Yeah, I mean that's gotta be without shoes. That's gotta be with socks. That's gotta be.
How many pairs of socks?
Yeah, he's over
All
6
important.
feet. Regardless,
Bro, you know Hoopers, they wear mad pairs of socks. I used to wear 2 pairs.
Yeah.
Double up.
bro. Them fucking.
So yeah, we got on a tangent. Back to the marketing thing.
Yeah, for sure. I definitely believe like it's because I've been in those conversations with artists where it's like, okay, we gotta figure out how we gonna market this, and it's like, it's not. I wish it was easy enough. Like, yo, this is really good, and we can just put it out there. But like in this climate, you can't.
So yeah, so how did you go throughout that process with the artists? Like y'all team, how did y'all construct that or figure it out?
Shit, we see what the theme of the album was. Like, what did it make us feel like, and then we create around that. So if it's like, okay, it's giving me artsy vibes. Okay, we need to do some shit around Allentown. We need to like pass out flyers around Allen. We need to hang outside of where the Boat State campus is, right across from the art gallery. Like, we need to get pictures around there. We need to just really like try to
Include yourself and shit.
Yeah, like have the rollout match the sound.
So like the whole thing.
Mm-hmm. So it's just like everything. So everything connects. It's like we had we found the Raven Vanguard house. So then we had to listen.
Yo, that house is fire.
Insane.
That joint is crazy.
Insane.
Remember
like,
he was there?
Yeah, I've never been there.
So like that match.
That's
The cover, like the cover art was crazy. So it was like the different elements of.
That's where y'all had the listening session at, right?
Yeah, and that shit. It was just a dope experience. But it matched everything. It made sense.
Mm-hmm.
Like you wouldn't have like an NBA YoungBoy like joint. You wouldn't have to listen to right there. You know what I mean? It's like no offense to him, but it's like it's just a different sound.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
It's just like now whenever I'm listening to something, it's like okay, we have to make sure it matches and something that can kind of, I don't say be trendy, but like something people can feel like they're a part of, like a moment, like
Yeah.
so as long as we can connect people with each other and to the music itself, like I feel like that's the whole point. So yeah, it's definitely interesting just to even approach music that way, because sometimes you want to listen to music and just enjoy it. Mm-hmm. It's like you kind of gotta like take off your just listening ears. And it's like, oh, you spit this bar about this. This is the bar that stood out. So let's maybe create an idea of I'll say some promotion around this. And yeah, it's just you just gotta like kind of know how to listen for the music will tell you everything you need to know about market. In my opinion, it's like the music will tell you how to do it.
So the music definitely comes first, and we can all agree on that.
Like as long as you let the music come first, that's when you'll be able to have it be successful in my eyes. It's like when you see market like labels and shit, they're like, well, we know TikTok is popping, so before you make this album, you need to know we gonna need something on TikTok.
The single's gonna have to involve a dance in the chorus.
Oh my god! Oh my god!
So do y'all think?
That sounds awful.
I'm not even gonna ask it. We can keep going.
That sounds awful.
Yeah, but it's like it puts artists in tough positions because it's like, do I want to be creative? I want to be able to live off my art, but I also like I want to make good music.
Right, you want to be you want to have a good integrity.
And that's when it come down to knowing your contract, knowing what you're worth. If you listen to No Label, you already know that's what we all about. Says it in the name, kind of self-explanatory. But what I want to talk about was this recent, because you know, IG Live has been a thing since the whole quarantine. And one of the recent exchanges was, well, for one, French and Jim Jones squashed their beef, long time beef, murder beef. That's definitely monumental. And they did it through, y'all know what Cocaine City is, right? Which was French's platform. That's what he came up on. So they kind of did like a Cocaine City thing on there. Yeah. But he said he also wanted to squash beef with 50. Because he said he don't even really know why 50 still even bothers like beefing with him. Because he's like, the beef is from a long time ago. French said he'd been over it, but everybody knows how petty 50 is.
Yeah.
And then another beef that French has gotten into is with Thug. So y'all seen the pattern I'm going with. Y'all seen the pattern I'm going with.
Yeah.
But anyways, yeah. So beef with Thug was supposed to be because French said he doesn't have beef with Thug either. But I want to get to the root of it, which was him saying that he could
make more hits or he got more hits than
he said that if him and Kendrick were on a festival stage, he would give him a run for his money as far as hits goes. Do y'all agree?
Bro,
no.
This is like, bro,
on a festival stage, yeah, like you, French may have like
right with having the crowd engaged.
Yeah, he'll probably have a good 4 or 5 songs like crazy, but like people on Kendrick's side, like he can go through it. Play his whole album and people gonna go crazy.
Okay, so let's take it outside of the festival setting. So we're gonna take it outside of the festival setting, and we're gonna say that this is just for people who actually know music. So this isn't mainstream. This is for people who actually know music and knows French's real catalog. So do you think that he can compete with Kendrick in like, let's just say, what are they calling it now? The beat battle, it's a catalog battle.
I mean, he would compete, but Kendrick would obviously win.
Yeah.
But he would compete.
He would keep the crowd engaged and the audience engaged. He got
a strong. Well, he had a strong core.
And to his French's credit, he did say like, "Yo, like I'm an artist. Like you asked me, I'm not gonna just
exactly
right. Especially to a whole nother, especially somebody within the same game that you're in. You know, what I mean?
Exactly. Like
it's not like it was like a singer rapper. Like like these are 2 rappers.
What Thug say to him? You say you got a pool. Everybody got a pool. Nigga.
He said,
everybody got a pool. Nigga.
Yeah, bro. Like rap is a competitive sport. Like what he's supposed to be like? Nah, Kendrick could wash me. Like when did it become not cool to stand up for yourself?
Right.
It's like if no matter what the controversy is, if you're standing up for yourself, apparently it's not cool anymore. I really don't understand that.
Yeah.
Everybody want to have an opinion.
Yeah.
Right. But that's why I always say, because it is like that, when you do get in front of a camera, you got something to state, or somebody asks you a question, you really got to let it be known on where you're coming from. Because everybody, like I said before, people understand what you're saying verbally, but then people really don't understand what you're trying to say. You know what I mean?
They hear you, but they don't understand you.
Right. But they don't really know what place you're coming from. So to get that out, you got to, and that was a problem that Ye had. I know I'm going all over the place, but I know that's a problem that Ye had too.
New billionaire. Yeah,
right. I was about to bring it up. Like, bro, like things that he was saying before, people are, networks and stuff are posting, oh, he called this out. It's like, yeah, like this is during the time when y'all were saying the man was crazy and everything. Like, yeah, he was on opioids and he was, it was prescribed, to him and whatnot, but he wasn't in his own sanity. But what he was saying, me and you, we always talked about it. And I know we've had all three of us, we would talk about how Ye's just misunderstood because of how he says something or what he's saying. People just they can't see it. So he was saying that after he got off the opioids, kind of what I'm saying now. Like, listen, I would like to, during interviews, he would always like kind of prep himself before he answered a question, kind of think about it. He's like, I want to think this over because I don't want to give you the wrong answer. I want to give the right answer to people, so I can show them really where I'm coming from instead of just coming out and just saying it, even though he might be coming out and saying something the way how he's saying it. He knows it's coming from a good spot, or he knows where he's trying to put across, the point that he's trying to put across. But a lot of people can't really see it all the time because he's just coming out saying something without having an explanation to it. So I know I kind of went off on a tangent, but I needed to just because I think that is, going back to the French situation, like he just came out and like it was just natural for him to stand for himself because that's who he is naturally.
And they run with it and be like, oh, French said he could beat Kendrick.
French sitting on Kendrick.
Right, but now you see him now coming in these different videos, kind of going back on what he said to kind of say, hey, I said this, but this is how I meant by that. You know what I mean? So it's like, that's what I was saying before. When you get that chance right away, let it be known right then and there. Yeah, it's going to be times where you'll forget or like, you know what I mean? But like, I'm big on that. Because media and people, they just like to take what you say and run with it, whether if it's locally, in a celebrity eye,
and watch the train wreck.
Right. It don't matter, bro. It don't matter.
That depends on if you actually care too.
Yeah.
Like if you actually care.
A lot of people don't give a fuck. They just be like, I'm here for the headline. I'm here. Oh, y'all got beef? Oh, I'm here for the fight.
Yeah.
A lot of that Kanye shit was, they were literally just there to wait for him to say something that didn't fit the mold so they could run with it.
Right.
Whereas like what I was talking about with Nelson, like how there's two different types of people. Like, okay, Kanye West is, as you know, very creative. You can't expect that nigga to just answer mind-bending questions on the spot. Like, he's gonna have to think about it. You know what I mean? Like,
yes.
But they were literally just like waiting, like, okay, slavery is like, whatever you say, like, we're just gonna wait until you say something that sounds stupid. We can run with it.
Right.
And then they go with
that. That can be taken out of context.
I think what it comes down to that too is like, some people forget the power of silence. Like, you don't gotta answer every question these motherfuckers be asking. Like,
yes.
Like, I shared some shit today. Is
yes.
Like, silence is golden, bro. Like, you can say a lot more by not saying anything at all. Like, yo, French, do you think you would take Kendrick in the battle? Like,
don't even respond to that.
Just look at him like, I'm confident. I love my catalog.
Right.
I love my catalog. My catalog is amazing.
Now was that question asked to him or he just bring that up? No, I thought he just brought that up, right?
Yeah, it was.
He just decided to be like, "Yo, I can take Kendrick."
Well, no, I thought they asked him.
It don't matter. Like,
I didn't know he just came out. I thought someone asked him.
That's what I originally thought.
It was a conversation that they were talking about with catalogs, and then he mentioned K-Dot. He mentioned as K-Dot being one of those.
Twitter? Was it Twitter?
Was he getting interviewed or something?
I don't remember. I just saw like a clip video of it.
I think it was Twitter.
It might have been.
He said it on Twitter?
I think like this whole thing stemmed from Twitter.
No, he definitely said it. I know that for a fact.
Yeah. No, it was a video. Like it was a video. But I saw it on Twitter. And it was, it was the title of it was like, this is where all that came from, whatever. And he was just mentioning how people of that caliber, he just so happened to mention K-Dot, because obviously he's one of the best. He was just saying like against even one of them, like I'm confident against them type thing. So it's like, I don't know. And then at Thug doing what he did, I love Thug and French. So, and for two different reasons, like for two different time zones, like French, he was our young stages where, you know what I mean? Like the root. And then Thug came in, kind of late to teenage years and we grew to love him too. But it's sad. It's sad that people gotta, tit for tat like that. It's like, yo, like, it don't have to be like that. Like you said, like when is stand up for yourself and being proud for yourself whack? Like that's, I don't know. That's so stupid to me.
Whoa.
But I mean, at the end of the day, it's not hurting French. It's only bringing people to talk about
publicity.
Yeah.
Do you think French compromised his sound to like kind of be like more mainstream? And, like,
I mean, that last album, he definitely had a lot of poppy stuff on there.
Well, it's definitely not. None of his material has been Mac with the cheese, but
yeah, not even.
But that's
close.
like, you know what I mean? He's with Diddy. He's getting big money now, so I can understand him like transitioning.
Yeah.
He's not always gonna be making Smack DVD street shit.
Right. He's not evolved.
So I mean, I respect. You know what I mean? I respect the evolution.
Yeah.
I will say though that older French for me is my favorite.
Facts.
I think I'm asking because it's like I'm thinking of the whole conversation about being able to be marketable. Because like when French, like everybody knew French was going crazy with the Mac machine, all his mixtapes.
Coke Boys.
What was that first? What was that?
That was
first?
an era.
Paranoid? Was Paranoid the first album?
Album?
No, it was Excuse My French.
Excuse my
French. And that popped that and all that shit on there, or was that?
I'm gonna
Pop
check.
that was on there.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cause so I'm just thinking like I know that's when he kind of I don't say he crossed over, but like that was his major label debut. That was his kind of like intro to the music I don't say intro to the music industry. I'll say the industry itself. So it's like, what was that drink called?
Excuse my French. Was his first one.
Okay, yeah. So it's like I'm just thinking like from that point because that tape was hard, but everything after that kind of like. I feel like it's been downhill outside of what Unforgettable.
I was about to
See, this is the thing. I didn't really like this album.
Excuse my French?
Yeah, bro, this joint got mad features. And a lot of the songs on here, I'm not gonna say I didn't like the album. I thought, what's the word I'm looking for? Well, put it like this. A lot of the songs on here was on Mac and Cheese 3, I believe. So he got like...
Yeah, because Pop That came out a while ago before he released this project.
Yeah, he got Ocho Cinco on here, which was on Mac and Cheese 3.
Yeah.
He got a couple tracks on here that was on Mac and Cheese 3. But I didn't really care for this album. Because I think he had put out a mixtape prior to it that was like the old French, that was some higher street shit. Actually, I think it was Mac and Cheese 3, yeah. Mac and Cheese 3 came out 2012, and then this one came out after. So yeah, coming off of Mac and Cheese 3, bro, I was not feeling Please Excuse My French. I think that might have been the point where I was like, we might have lost him.
And I think that plays a big part. So it's like, he's sacrificing his core audience to be more quote unquote marketable. Like let me make these club songs. Let me try to make these. Let me try to make this sound. You know what I mean? Versus let me just make good music.
Right.
And I feel like that's why we see his situation with the decline.
But like we said, that bag comes into play, bro. That check comes into play, and
he was signed to Bad Boy too.
Yeah, so
that definitely plays a part.
Right, and they're all about hits. Bad Boy is all about hits, bro.
Yeah.
Well, they're big on it. But bro, he saw that bag, was probably just like, fuck it. So literally,
I think too. I don't know, like just from like watching music for so long, like you just always notice when an artist is like on a run, and then when I don't know if
that label get involved, bro.
I don't know, but it's all about like the energy. So like for example, like Wayne when he had all that energy coming up with all the mixtapes, like that energy you could feel that. You know what I mean? Like that run, but it's like. I mean, we see Drake continue his fucking run.
Yeah.
And doesn't look like it's stopping, but it's just like certain artists, man, they just, I don't know, maybe like you said, they get that money and
bro,
they just...
And they see they see the well-being that they can have personally, for their family, for whoever they need to take care of. And I'm not saying that that's the case with him, but I know with a lot of people that is the case for them. And it's you have to respect that shit. If that's something that you're not going to do as an artist, cool, stake that, let that be known. But you gotta respect that. Like you have to respect that.
My thing, I feel like I don't have to, because it comes to a point where it's like, if you believe in yourself and you believe in your art, right?
Yeah.
You create a community around all these people who love your shit, love you. And then you for a bag of money,
yeah,
you say, I'm gonna just kind of like abandon everything I just did in order to chase the idea of potentially getting something better.
But they might view that as evolving.
Right.
They might view that as them growing.
Which it is. It is evolving.
I don't think it's
in a
evolving.
sense.
I don't think it's evolving when you have to abandon what you truly believe for yourself. If this is what you planned the whole time, then more power to you for sure.
Yeah.
But if it's like, no, I want to make this kind of music. I love my fans and what I'm doing right now. But then it's like you can't appreciate them enough to truly grow with your fans.
So I got a question. They're evolving. All right, so you saying it could be evolving, or I know what you're trying to get at. It could be selling out.
Mm-hmm.
So it could be one of the two. That definitely just determines on whether you like the music or not, or whether you like their new sound.
Yeah.
Because if they're like, say French isn't going with the street shit anymore, but he got a whole bunch of anthems pop that. Say Please Excuse Me with a whole bunch of pop that's not the same exact song, but those type of hitters.
Yeah.
You're gonna be like, oh, this is hard. I like French's new sound. Obviously, you're more receptive to the street shit because that's what you first know him as. That's what you quote unquote grew up on.
Mm-hmm.
But if you also like the new music, you're not gonna see it as selling out. You probably won't even look at it like that. But if you don't like it, then you'll look at it like that.
Right.
Yeah.
I look at it I don't think it's about me liking it. I'm talking about as an artist. Like, what if he's making pop that all those things,
And they don't like it.
But he doesn't like me.
Right.
You know what I mean?
That's what I'm saying. If you get to that, then that's.
Because I think of people like Rich Homie Quan. He dropped what's that shit called? I don't even know. The dance.
Hit the Quan?
Ooh.
Yeah, Hit the Quan and Ooh. He hates. Them was his biggest songs.
He hates that?
He hates those songs. He said it. Like, he's like, yo, I hated those songs. I was so fucking miserable. And like, these songs is going up, but I hated everything about it. And his core fan base feel like you abandoned him. And you abandoned yourself because you went against the music you wanted to make. And then now you sitting there with your dick in your hand like, fuck. Like, damn, I gotta go back to 10 minutes of feature. And it's like, you ain't gotta do that. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, you can look at people like Boosie. Like, Boosie kept his sound. Like, he makes a certain kind of music. He never abandoned his core.
Yeah.
And
I wanted to just say, for what I was saying, I'm saying if you're in a situation to where, like I said, you have to, like, a dire situation where you need to help out yourself, your family's in trouble, you got people that you take care of, brothers, wives that need help, and you have a potential to make millions to just make something catchy and whatnot, I think you're gonna say, okay, I'm gonna take this L personally and not be prideful in my own self.
Shouts to Scottie.
Give that
Shouts to
help.
Scottie Pippen, episode 2. That's literally what he
got dog, bro.
It's a lot of people who have made that sacrifice. I say, look at a perfect example is like Joe Budden. That nigga held out, like, even with the podcast game, like, they had millions on the table.
Mm-hmm.
He's looking at an empty bank account and he's like, no, I know my worth. I'll wait.
Yeah.
That takes a different level of balls.
Yeah.
Like, balls, but like, yo, you really gotta, and that's what we talk about, like,
and
trusting.
like, that's just a different level because he also has people that like are part of the podcast that he's also employing. So you got Maul, Roar, you got Parks, you got Erickson doing the camera, Savon doing this. Like, all of them are part of his production staff, and like are his employees. So if the podcast gets it back, they gonna get it back too.
Yeah.
If the podcast don't get it back, guess what? They not eating either.
Yo, put $1 million on the table.
So that's just a whole
Put $1 million on the table, and not just the people around you, but your ribs is touching. You hungry? And you being able to say, no, I believe in my art.
Nah, I think it affects you more if the people around your ribs are touching than yours. I definitely think it. Well, it also depends on what type of person you are.
I was just about to say
personally,
that. Right.
And
Depends on type.
and me seeing how Joe is, and like just knowing from what he talks about, his team ribs touching will definitely affect him more than his touching.
Oh yeah, it should. It should.
Yeah.
Like, humanity-wise, it should.
I'm not the fully believer. If I'm trying to think of, like, if everybody around me eating and I'm not eating,
then you in the wrong circle, because they should be helping you eat or providing you with a plate to where you can now get your own shit to eat.
Right.
Yeah. I'm just thinking in a way, because like, even if
it's that bad,
even if I was like, even if I'm eating and my team wasn't, I would feel away. I would still feel like I would feel better being hungry and everybody around me eating versus me being full and I don't gotta watch it.
I feel like that's just being. I feel like
you
that's
pretty much just said what I said, bro.
Yeah. I'm just trying to like put it in, like, make it make sense in my head.
Yeah, because it's an extra level of pressure on you when you also have other people that you got to feed, like Dave was saying. And like you used Joe as an example. So I was just putting in place the people who are on his team for the example. So we were saying the same thing. But yeah, man, y'all got anything else y'all want to talk about? I don't have anything.
I'm about to say, we hit pretty much everything.
Well, I'm trying to think. No.
Shout out Ye for hitting that 3.3 billion. That's fucking lit.
Yo, so I was reading something that he, I don't even want to say it because I don't really have all the facts, so I'm going to leave it alone.
Did y'all fuck with the Jordan doc?
I only seen part one. I only seen part one.
So far, yeah.
That shit hurt. I think that shit.
I'm tired.
Some more parts today.
I have to go back home. They're making it so freaking hard to watch this shit.
Yeah.
If you don't have cable.
Yeah. ESPN Plus.
Nope. If you have that, you can't even watch it on there. I have ESPN Plus.
Yeah.
Hold on, why not?
They're only putting it on a specifically ESPN app. That's the only place.
That's some whole shit.
So if
you gotta have a cable provider.
Right. So even if you're paying for ESPN Plus, you still can't watch this shit.
That's crazy. I think that's gonna be super dope. I don't even remember.
What I'm liking is, man, it's educating all these young people who don't know shit about Michael Jordan, and he was that freaking boy.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm interested to see if they're gonna touch on his father. And just like the role his father played, because that's a huge.
Wait, because did his father pass that season?
His father died and he quit with the baseball. But rumor has it.
The end of the first 3-peat.
Yeah.
And rumor has it though, it was
The
like
mob.
like he owed the mob money during.
I heard that theory.
I doubt they get into it.
Yeah.
I doubt it.
Yeah, they're not gonna expect to see because he's in it. They're not gonna be like, so was your dad killed by the mob? Like,
Because of you, like, you're not gonna ask nobody that.
yeah, right.
Like, if you want to know about that, just go on YouTube. There's plenty of conspiracy theory videos on it.
Yeah.
They give you all the information you need to believe it or not to believe it.
Facts.
So, episode 22. Shouts out to everybody that's been supporting. We are now on platform streaming podcasts. So
DSPs,
Spotify, Apple, Overcast, Breaker, all that good stuff.
All of them.
put it in.
All of them. Yeah, please. The playlist, the music playlist is now on Spotify as well too. So Spotify and Apple. Update it every Monday. Appreciate everybody that's been supporting, man. Everybody in the comments that's been supporting, showing love. Everybody that's been sharing, if you have. And just continuing to spread the word, man. Tell a friend to tell a friend to tell a family member.
Spread that word around, man. If you like the content, if you like what you see, like what you hear, spread the word.
Nell, Price, anything?
Keep subscribing, liking, commenting.
Let's go.
Showing love. Thank you.
No Label the Pod. We out.
Peace.
She watching me like a nigga is cable. I'll be on no label.